Hey guys, Baron here, back with another top 5 video. Now for the last week, we covered the top 5 psychic types, and given that it's Christmas time and all, I thought we would cover the top 5 ice type in this list. And keep in mind guys, that I will not be using any legendaries or mythical Pokemon in this list, because I plan on using those for a special top 10 Pokemon that are legendaries at the end of the series. But if your guys' list include the use of legendaries, then by all means go right ahead and use them. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share this video with a friend or two. With that being said, let's get into it. Coming into the number 5 spot on this list, we have Frostlass. Now, earlier on this year, I did a top 10 Pokemon designs, and Frostlass was on there, and it's for a very good reason. This thing is creepy as hell. I mean, look at this thing. It's an ice and ghost type, and it takes strangers that get lost in the mountains and take them away and drain their lives force, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it says. That's just a great and creepy concept. This is the thing that you wouldn't want to encounter in the wild. And, you know, this thing being based on a sort of like Japanese ice demon with sort of having a kimono design. It's a really great mon, and it proves that only female mons can be just as cool as any other mons, and basically gender exclusive mons can be really cool. That's what I'm saying. It really proves that. So I really like Frostlass a lot, and it's just a great mon to use in general. I mean, it's a fast attacker. I mean, I like that. I mean, I've had a lot of fast attackers on my top 5s. So yeah, Frostlass definitely deserves a spot on this list this week. Getting on to number 4 spot, we have Alola Ninetales. Now, I sort of made an implicit rule to myself that I wouldn't have any Megas on this list, because I feel like that's kind of unfair, and it's not really an ice type or any other type to begin with if you change the typing to it. I mean, for example, I wouldn't count Mega Sceptile and Sceptile as a dragon type. You know, Sceptile is not a dragon type, Mega Sceptile is a dragon type, and Mega Sceptile is sort of part of Sceptile, so it doesn't really work in that sort of context. But I feel like with the Alolan forms, it's definitely different. And the first one to make it on the top 5s is Alola Ninetales, and that's for a very good reason. This thing is really cool. Foxes are my favorite animals. I really like the element of ice. So if you combine those two things, you get Alola Ninetales. And I really like this thing. And it's, Ninetales has never been a great mon. It's been a really cool design mon. I love the concept behind it. But when it got to Alola Ninetales, this thing is good. And this thing has a very cool niche in competitive with that sort of Aurora Veil setting. And if you use Aurora Veil on this thing can do damage. And this thing can really help your team, which I really like, because it makes Ninetales more relevant, which it definitely deserves because it's such a cool mon. And yeah, that's why I like Alola Ninetales, and it definitely deserves to be the first Alolan form on the top 5 series, and the number 4 candidate for this list of top 5 ice types. Coming into the number 3 spot, we have Lapras. Now, Lapras is one of those original mons. It's just a nostalgic mon to me, and I've always felt that this thing has sort of an aura of mystery around it. Not only because of how rare it is to encounter and find the wild. You can't find it. I mean, it's a gift Pokemon, but how rare it is to get, and sort of like how it is designed, how the concept is behind it. I mean, if you didn't know, this thing is based on a Loch Ness monster in Scotland, and it's sort of a mythological beast. And based on that, this thing is sort of endangered, and that's sort of part of its mythos. It makes it more mysterious, and it makes it feel more valuable, which I really like. And it feels like one of those valuable mons that you sort of have to earn, which I like. If you don't count legendaries, there aren't that many mons that feel that way, but Lapras definitely, to me, feels like one of those mons. And this thing is really kind of just great in terms of design, in terms of the concept. I mean, it's really simple, but it works. It's simple in a good way, and it's sort of uncomplicated, and that is what makes it stands out in some way. I don't know. There are just those kind of mons that are that way, that are just great. So, and Lapras is one of them. So he or she deserves to be here at the number 3 spot. Coming into number 2 spot, we have Mamoswine. Now, talk about powerful ice types. This thing is a beast, and it's just so great. And I've always wanted an elephant Pokemon, like many people. And this thing is not really an elephant; it's a mammoth, and sort of based on a pig, sort of, because it's got this whole like, it's got a whole like snout thing. That's what I was meaning to say. Yeah, this thing is great, and it's just such a. You feel instant respect for this mon, like when you see it. Like, it's a respect instilling mon. That's what it is. And, you know, talking about Generation 4 and introducing great evolutions, Mamoswine, in my opinion, is possibly the greatest evolution introduced in Generation 4. Frostlass is definitely up there, but Mamoswine really takes the cake when it comes to it. And it's just a great mon. It stands out for all the good reasons, all the possible good reasons. And, you know, rocking that ground type. I mean, rocking Ice Crash on this thing, rocking Earthquake on this thing. It's great. It's a great mon. If you haven't used it, go use it, because it is amazing. It's really, really great. And Mamoswine deserves to be here on the number 2 spot. But taking the cake for the top 5 ice types, best ice type Pokemon, in my opinion, is Walrein. Now, to me, Walrein personifies the idea of an ice type. And I think that is because of my Pokemon Ruby nostalgia. That was the first game I played, and going up against Glacia of the Elite Four, and her sending out her Walrein. I was scared of this thing. I'm still scared of this thing. Because it's such a beast. Like, it looks like a fucking monster. Like, you wouldn't want to go up against this thing. You really wouldn't. You really, really wouldn't. It's a badass. It's a monster. I'm gonna say those words because it really, really is. And like, it's so bulky, and it's got such a great attack, and I fucking love Walrein, right? It's great. It's great, and it's a really great ice type. I'm sort of lost for words. I don't know, but it's a really great ice type, and I love it. It's just one of those, because ice types, they aren't the most efficient mons in competitive, but Walrein really is a great Pokemon. It really is. And if you haven't used it, or just look past it and definitely look towards Walrein, because it's great. It's great, and it's sort of underappreciated, which I hate, because it deserves all the credit that it can get. So yeah, Walrein is number 1 on this top 5 ice types, in my humble opinion. So guys, that is going to do it for our top 5 ice types. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and share this video with a friend or two. And of course, if your guys' list differ from mine, then go right ahead and put them in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and to read your guys' list as well. But with that being said, I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Before, until, and after seeing you next time though, stay awesome.